Okay, so when you open up the cap, the first thing that you'll see is down here, this is the urinary bladder. You have to call it the urinary bladder because it's not the only bladder the cat has, because the cat also has a gallbladder, which is this here that's embedded in the right lobe of the liver, okay? So things that we can see down here as well, these two, this and this, are the uterine horns, and each of them is capped off by an ovary. So this is an ovary right here, and this is an ovary right here. There's a kidney right here. When you open up the kidney, the outer portion is called the cortex, and the inner portion is the medullary region with medullary pyramids that you can see as like almost like little scallops. The two kidneys are not at the same level. This kidney over on the right is slightly higher than the one on the left. The right one still has its adipose capsule, although this isn't a very big adipose capsule. Over here, this is the descending colon, and when we straighten it out, you can see that this would be the transverse colon. So it goes transverse, then descending goes to the rectum. When you look at the intestines, you see the mesentery. The mesentery has the lymphatics, the blood vessels, and the nerves that serve all of these intestines. So this should be clear, as you can see. When you come over here, this cat has a very, very small greater omentum rather. And what it does is it produces serous fluid because these intestines are able to actually be, in motion. The omentum is connected to the stomach. The stomach has various regions. The region where the esophagus connects is the cardiac region. Then you go down to the body of the stomach, and then the pyloric region ends here, leading to the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine. Okay? Lifting up the omentum this way, you see the spleen, and lifting it up so below the stomach, you can see the pancreas. So this is the pancreas right here, this whole thing from here to here. When we look at the liver, on top of the liver, we see the diaphragm. The diaphragm looks a little bit like a red onion. And you see the left anterior lobe, the left medial lobe, the left lateral lobe, the right medial lobe, but the right lateral lobe is way back here. And again, that gallbladder is inside in the right medial lobe. Coming over here, we will see, and this is not a very nice looking version, but this is the thymus up here. And we have 3 lobes of the lungs. So this is the left anterior, left medial, left posterior. This is the right anterior, right medial, right posterior. This is the heart. When we open up the heart, we can see that there is the left side walls are much, much thicker because the left is responsible for systemic circulation, and the wall of the right ventricle is much, much thinner because it only has to go to pulmonary circulation. And that is everything in a cat.